Hiya, and welcome back to Tower Fantasy. Today we're going to be talking about another thing that I actually missed in my weekly and daily checklist kind of video. One thing that I didn't know for the longest time, I heard people touch on it and then never bring it up again. And it's something that I think you should absolutely work into your daily thing, or weekly thing I should say, but also it's incredibly valuable to actually do this outside of just getting the thing that I'm going to be talking about. It's something that by proxy of you just doing it, you're going to gain a lot out of it, and it's something that you should be chipping away at anyway. But the yield that I didn't know was essentially Dream Veil. I think it's what it's called. I hope that's what it's called. Basically, every single time you engage with the overworld, you have a chance of spawning this little kind of Digistruct cube, where you'll tap it, a lady will ramble at you and say like, hey, come on, do this challenge. And you'll do these various challenges. Sometimes it has you moving through a maze. Sometimes it has you just playing various, very, very fun, actually, mini games. But what's incredible is the rewards that you gain from doing this. That's the thing that makes this absolutely necessary. And essentially those rewards can be anything from wishes, like straight up gold nucleus wishes, and something far more coveted, which can be a huge surge of your power. Essentially it can upgrade your relics or your tech abilities. So Missile Barrage can get 6, and you can level it up every 20 or 30, and you can do 7 of these a week. So 6 times 7, pretty good amount to do every single week, and they're fun. And how you do these is by engaging with the overworld largely, killing bosses. It seems like it's tied to doing chests. I've only ever really seen a lot of them through chests, whether that's doing an overworld chest pop or killing bosses, opening those chests. I've also seen. Also, you don't need to spend a key card in order to unlock the chest. You can just pop anything open forcibly, whatever, and you're going to be ready to rip. Now, the rewards in which you are going to get from doing Dream Veil vary based on your ability to complete it, but I promise you, if you do them twice, your brain will pivot and know how to do them. Essentially it'll be easy breezy. You'll be able to do it. It's fantastic. But the question still remains, how do you detonate the little orbs, or what is an efficient way of your time to detonate orbs? Well, essentially there's a lot, but I would suggest chest farming. Not only is chest farming an incredible thing to do because it's going to give you experience when you do spend key cards, a lot of materials and things like that, but also it's kind of really easy to do. And essentially we're going to come to this point on the map right here. This is where we start the game. This is the black market up here, and then right where I am is you're going to want to get this chest checkpoint, and there's this valley that you're going to spawn in, and there are chests decorated everywhere. Also, just by changing the channel system, you basically can change your instance and respawn the chest, because basically you have no negative to gaining chests. Chests will respawn. You can also run around and change your channel, but give and take, some people could have mined out the chest on that channel. But I would find it hard to not be able to back-to-back this. You just simply run in a straight line and you'll have things all around you. There's chests, everything, green chests that are just don't even require a key card. Those work. What do you call it? Chests that are triangle cubes essentially that you have to actually force open or use a key card. Both work. And yeah, we're just gonna run that for a couple minutes right now. And I'm gonna show you guys the route that I kind of go with. But basically, just look around for chests anywhere and everywhere. Sometimes they're in things like this specifically, in these little kind of tiny camps. And again, we're not gonna actually use any key cards, just to show you guys that is how it works. Yeah, still force it open anyway. Yeah, we're just gonna force it open. That way I can see. That way we can detonate one of these cubes and we'll be ready to rip. Also, if you have any traversal things, it's going to help a great deal, like the grapple hook or the leveled up wing glider or whatever it would be. Also, oh god, they need to make it easier for controller people to just click buttons. Ugh. There we go. See, we forced that open. We did not spend a key card, and boom, we get the little orb. So then we're gonna go and do this. Go to the Dreamscape. Also, I said Dream Veil. It's Dreamscape, but anyways. And you can do these 7. I think it's either 7 or 8. I've only had 7 though, but maybe it's 8. But 7 times it doesn't. I've never gotten anything close or heard about anything close beyond 8. So I think that's a weekly set. And it always resets on Monday and stuff like this. Oh, this one's different. I've never done this one before. Okay, so it's like a first person, so they're just a bunch of mini games. This is the bad example for the reward gain that I was talking about. Sometimes they're okay, but other times they're insane. At least this one's pretty trashy. Yeah, I think if you literally just shoot down the pipe, you're gonna be rocking and rolling. Yeah, see, just like that, we got 2 access cards. These are incredibly valuable, incredibly good. And this one actually was one of the bad examples. Usually it gives, well, these are great, but the other things are also good. And you can do this, so many people are not keeping this on cooldown, and it's almost incredibly easy to detonate. Not only that, but by opening up chests, you're also doing something that you're gonna need to do anyway throughout the week. And for like me, who hasn't really been, I've been doing my bare minimum kind of stuff, like weeklies, dailies, and stuff like that, which can force you to be pretty efficient and whatnot, and accidentally detonate these, but it's not something you want to leave up to fate, I think. Anyway, so you run around here, just keep scanning. Also, you can just run around the overworld. Sometimes there'll be one in there. Other times there won't be, and again, you just get on your horse or your mount and just start putting around, and eventually you'll find a lot of those things. And after you've kind of mined out this entire area, terrible run, very not good run. Nothing really happened. It was a very minuscule thing. Yeah, right here, there's one right here. Again, just scan the opening area and you should be fine. There are some that you are going to have to fight really quick, but hopefully you're at least a little bit leveled up. There we go. Everything's open. Also, this chest up there if you want. I don't know why I'm kind of holding back on opening those ones, because those ones are limited chests. Again, we've already kind of described, you know, using, you can force open the triangles and you get the same, you know, thing that says, hey, go to the Dream Vale. I don't believe it's capped per day or nothing like that. So yes. But yeah, even just putting around the overworld, you honestly don't need to do the crazy farm. You can literally just run around, collect some like materials as you're running through it. But I know some people are like, no, I want to be hyper efficient. I want to get this done as soon as humanly possible. So that's probably me too. I'm in the same boat. As much as I know it could be a chiller time, I'm like, but what if I could do it faster? What if it could be over now? Also, another place that I like to go, it's just the place that I'm most used to. It's this. You basically just spawn in on this one and then you just run across the plain. It's a bunch of green chests and it's just easy. Usually they're right around the mountain edge and you would just run by, pop them all open and then be ready to rock essentially. Each of those will have a chance of dropping you something. And then at that point, after I'm done doing the kind of crevice, the crack, the kind of ravine or whatever you want to call it, and then this mountaintop, then I would just basically change my channel. Also, you can be a little bit stealthy here and you don't actually need to aggro enemies. Also, with these ones, it's kind of nice because you don't actually need to force it open or anything like that. Also, that guy just killed himself just by running off the edge. Okay. Also, yeah, there's a chest right here too. You can also kill everyone here if you wanted the chest. Depends on how kind of proficient you are, your build, etc. If this is going to be a struggle for you, then fuck it, just run by it. Reset the server, get the ones that are gettable, essentially, without having to fight a battle, and you'll be good to go. Also, yeah, I'll actually be unlocking them because I have so many blue things. This is the other thing, is that you have so many key cards, especially if you're doing dailies or anything like that. You have an absolute maximum amount. So yeah. Oftentimes these damn things are hidden in bushes and whatnot, but still. Yeah, see, like there's right one right here, hidden in a bush. Hidden in a bush. Then you just run around, pick it up. I bet I say, please let me open it, even though there's oh, I hate the controller so much. Sometimes the button gets locked up and stuff. And boom, beautiful. And again, another one right here. It's kind of impossible to miss. Ooh, a purple one. Look at that, hidden behind here. We're gonna pop this open. We're gonna actually use one of our purples because I have too many of these. Again, we already proved that like a blue can unlock it, so I don't think it's unique, especially, you know. All right, so you finally did those two. Again, those are the ones I find the best luck with right here. If you just want to mark this on your map, it's literally just spawn here and then head towards this place anywhere near it. You'll see a lot of green chests here specifically, which I like a lot because they're faster to open, it feels like. Anyways, and then the one that to me just has so many chests near it is right here. And of course, there are other little pockets filled with chests, but they're not as easy to get to. Like there's some over here I find on these little tiny banners or like bridges, but kind of a pain in the ass to get all the way over there. There's no quick way to jump over there either. But also it's not that long anyway. Anyways, regardless, what you're gonna want to do now is you have two options. You can either go to the channels. By the way, this is probably that secret tip I was telling you about. You can either just change this to 2, literally 2, or if you can go a little bit more crazy and go to 45 or something like that. That way it's a little more weird because you're trying to not get a server where people have already picked everything clean. Because chests do respawn, or should I say that chests are on every server, and then based on how many people picked those chests up are up. I think they reset every day though, so there should be an overabundance if anything, unless there's some person just mining, just crazy cranking out. My server, I need channel. Yeah, we respawned, and of course we respawned, and there's also a chest right here because I just picked up one before I left, right here, and we're gonna go ahead and open that one too. Again, we've already proven that by just forcing it open, you can get one of these to pop, one of the Dream Vale things, and just like that, you guys can also see that you can get multiple a day. So this isn't a question of like you can only get a certain amount every couple days. So again, you can mine this out in one day, get all 7 of the Dream Veil things, and also chest farming is kind of soothing and it's also pretty valuable. Oh, by the way, the secret tip that I was trying to tell you about, I'll tell you after this. Sorry. I realized I can't show you when I'm in the Dream Veil. So yeah, this one's good. I mean, it gives you a lot of nucleus, but still, honestly, the rewards for these ones, I wonder if they get lesser and lesser, if it's just random. You get like a chance of like an amazing gain or not. Anyways, you can use your tech on all of these usually. So go nuts, pop off all your abilities. You want to kill as much as you possibly can, as soon as you possibly can, which is nice. And yeah. I will say it sucks. These ones are just kill enemies, and yet there's sometimes can throw you like super tanky enemies, and it's rough. It's really rough. Come on, give me some of them kills. There we go, 50. We made it. Not quite made it. 70 is like whale territory. We're just slicing down people. But even still, that's a good bit. That's a good bit of upgrades right there. That's 2 or 3. Again, and you can do these back to 7 to do these. And again, as you get better at the game, as you learn these challenges more, that's kind of a DPS check, unfortunately. But there are ones where it's not. Like the maze one, if you have a certain relic, you can basically climb on the maze. It's really neat. And you can just completely get the best reward. There's also another one where you're fighting a boss, and I find that one actually hard to not get some of the best rewards in the game. Anyways, one of the secret tip I was trying to tell you about, the one that most people know at this point, but it's still for people who don't, it's actually quite useful. Essentially, your channel is on a cooldown. So you guys can see that it's on a 25-minute cooldown because we just did it. Now, you can just do this every 25 minutes. You don't need to back to do this. You can probably do this chest farm at the beginning of your daily jump in, do your dailies, grind, come back, and at that point, it should be ready to rip. But if you don't want to do that, there is another option. Basically, you can go to find a team in the corner, the little thing there. You can find team, and you'll have a free target or world exploration. Free target is usually one that has a bunch of people, and basically just request to join. There are some people who have it locked where they need to approve you, and then there are other people who let you just jump in. So then you would just jump into whatever world level they are, whatever channel they're in, it's called, whatever the server they're on, essentially. And then you would just leave their party real quick, not to be a nuisance, just kind of say thank you and then get out of there, just so they're not like trying to pull you into an encounter and you're not helping. So you want to make it clear that you're just jumping off of them. I do think it's weird that they have literally a 20-minute cooldown. If it was a 10-minute cooldown on the channel change, that would be pretty cool, but unfortunately it's 25, so this is what people are kind of having to do to circumnavigate that. So you can just kind of keep grinding back to back to back. And again, as soon as you get into a new channel, everything is not necessarily respawned. I want to be careful not to say that. It's just that you're into a new server where people might not have picked up the daily reset of chests. So you might join a server and the chests are picked clean. But you could also just putt around the world space and find 2 or 3 that people didn't. Which is also why it's probably best not to go into the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 server instead of going to the 88 or 76 or something, some sort of uneven number where people aren't specifically going there for whatever reason, OCD included. But yeah, right here again, you guys can see that chest is back. Also, there's where do we get the one chest again? Right in here. Yeah, see another chest right there. So you can just back to back these and you'll be pretty good. Again, the rewards for opening up a chest are also pretty good. So you just do this back to back, and again, you can get them multiple days. It's not like you're only allowed 1, 2 or some chests a day. That's not how it works. Or sorry, Dream Veil entries a day. So if you want to do this at the beginning of the week, Monday, just crank out all of these and then get access to them. I would probably advise that because it's really bad to not get these, because your tech, it's not even just tech though, it's every kind of resource that is valuable in the game is given to you in Dream Veil. It's not, I thought it was just relics. That's my mistake. I'll need to make an editor's note and be like, wait for it, there's more. Because they also give you things that are like endlessly useful and a giant part of endgame, which is the enhancement materials, which I just capped out on. I spent all of mine for the week and I just got 4 here, and I still have, what is it, like 4 or 5 of the Dream Veils to go. And that's amazing. And then you just rinse, repeat again and again. You guys can see there's chests down there. There's sometimes chests there. I would basically just go down this camp and ravine and check out all the little tiny camps, like that one, and there's some down there. There's one right there. You guys can see they're pretty easy to see on the map. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the Dream Veil. I keep saying Dream Veil. It's Dream Realm. I don't know what it's called, but anyways, it's something that you can do every single week. It resets every Monday. It seems, at least that's been my experience. It resets every Monday. You can get every end game material you can possibly think of. You can get what do you call it, a relic enhancement, legendary relic enhancement. I didn't get to show you there, but plenty of those to get. All of the like little events and little games are actually pretty fun and pretty quick to do. Also, what's fun about some of them is that there's a way to gamify them so it's actually incredibly easy to do, which is nice. Some of them are or a little bit more baseline where it just takes a little bit more time. Sometimes a damage check. Those ones suck. It all seems to be RNG though of whatever challenge you get given. But what's apparent is the better you do with those challenges, and they're pretty easy to do, the more you get. And even if you're only able to get the baseline rewards, those are still incredibly good and paramount for your success. Again, getting armor enhancement materials, honestly, my biggest thing is getting wishes. It's insane. I've gotten 2 or 3 wishes just from that. And that's a chance at an SSR, which can be a huge spike of power, opposed to just the, enhancing your armor and things like that. Also, we just got in one of those tickets to go wish for matrices, which is incredibly good. So there's no shortage of like, holy shit, this is really cool and really good. Which excites me and is also really good, and also should be good for you guys as well. Also, it's such a low buy-in. You can literally do this in maybe 20 minutes and bang out all of them if you get good at flipping the switch. And also, if you always implement that secret tip of basically joining in other people's world exploration, which people are world farming and doing everything you could possibly think of. So you can easily jump to their server and then leave and then go grind out things. I think everyone kind of does this, so I don't think anyone's going to give you any sort of side eye for doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, keep this on cooldown, get this done and down pat. Also, check out this video right over here. This is a video of a low spender versus, of course, Wormhole, because I felt quite unheard as I seen a bunch of people just crushing it. Also, a lot of it's based on like variables with RNG, to where some people are gonna have no problem, some other people like myself gonna have a rough problem. People who are saving are innately gonna have a problem because we're waiting for our waifu character, husbandos, whatever. And yeah, also we will continue to cover the ever-living hell out of Tower of Fantasy. If this gave you any sort of help, then I appreciate any support on the video, or even just telling your friend about our little old channel. Thank you kindly for your time, and goodbye.